Good morning, all of you. It's me, the Grill Economist, and he is the Algo Cowboy. And we're here live on this free edition of Algo Factory Tech, the live lab, free for everyone. And look, here's the deal. If you've been listening to us, don't sit there on the sidelines wondering if you should do it or not. You should absolutely join the most epic curriculum that could radically change your life in the entire world right here, Algo Factory Tech. No matter what the hell is happening, whether the markets are crashing or it's rip-roaring on the way up, it don't matter. You make money no matter what. Anywhere in the world, in any market, let us show you not only how to trade, but more importantly, how to build the algorithms that will trade for you so you can get your life back. And with that being said, the QR code is right now on the screen, and the link is in the description box. Cowboy, let's get into it.
Yeah, actually, the YouTube doesn't let us put a link in the description box anymore. It was there, and somehow we got, we became persona non grata. I think we talked about some wrongthink. We displayed some wrongthink, and then YouTube's like, well, it's going to take you a few months to get that back. Because I didn't verify. I didn't do that thing where you show the license, and so whatever, YouTube, who cares?
Right.
You know, the link's right there.
What I usually do to get around that is I will Google pig rectums.
Makeup.
Like
what's that?
No. Pig rectums, like pictures of of rear ends of either a pig, a dog, or whatever, right? And then I would superimpose that into a Hawaiian driver's license that says McLovin on it, and then I would upload that as my ID for Google. That usually typically works.
If you use a piglet, like a baby
Hawaiian
pig,
flag has the what?
If you use a baby pig, like a piglet, they'll make you president of YouTube.
No, you got to actually use a real baby.
No, don't go there. We're on YouTube, bro.
Oh, there goes that idea.
We're out now.
It's nice having a live lab with you.
Yeah. We lost all our YouTube privileges are gone. I was telling the joke. I was telling the joke in like a subtle way, and you're like, "No, just freaking, just whip it out." Oh, good God! All right, we got who? We got Jay Martin. Hey, Jay, good to have you on. Thanks for coming on in. Berettas. Word up, he says. Remember that old Cameo song? Word out, word out. All right. If you grew up and you're old enough to have heard Cameo on the radio with Word Up, then you are part of the end of Gen X. And I know my man Cool Cat was there because I actually have met Cool Cat, and he's a good friend. Robert's in the house. Good. I love this, man. People filing in. Don't forget to like, subscribe, all that stuff. We want to get into the content. I don't want to spend too much time on this, on this stuff. I want people to come here to see what they got. Doing some really good scalping lately, everybody, on the charts. So I'll show you guys a trade I got into last night, and it's new. Okay, yeah. So Jay knows Cameo, nice. So I have a new algo, and you could look at it as just a new iteration of the algo that I already have ready to go. And we are going to put our algo up and make available to our members at a discounted price. And long story. Oh, hold on a minute. What? Cool Cat? The bass player from Cameo married my wife and I? Dude, that is sick. That is sick, bro. That's like a piece of history right there. He's a good bassist too. Like the bass player from Cameo, some people think he was the most important part of the band. Like that guy hits the bass, dude. That's fucking badass.
Yeah. Engelbert Humperdinck was there for my bar mitzvah. How about that one?
Shut the fuck up. Yeah, Billy Idol was at my 6th grade graduation. I mean, what can I say? Like, no, I'd say the one of the bigger rock star connections I have is I took this class, like this random class, and in it was the wife of the bass player from POD. If you guys remember POD, they're faith-based.
We are.
Yeah, they're a faith-based band. They're believers. And yeah, they're. I mean, I'm not terribly Christian myself, but they have Christian values and all that.
You're just terrible.
I'm terrible. I'm a heathen. going straight to the stick. But no, he's that guy's a real nice dude. I've talked to them, I'd say a few times a year still. They're good friends. I actually the wife, she is involved in getting teachers fired at the school boards over in Tennessee, and that she made Fox News for that. And
that's
actually,
what's up, bro.
Yeah, I gave her the information. They came from Bill over at Rogue as far as how to get them out with the using the bonds.
Oh wow.
Yeah, so I gave her that, and I don't know if they use that to get them out, but I'm involved in that. So, that's cool, man. That's some rock star shit.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
That's what's up, man.
We are getting bad teachers fired. We are. Yeah, those guys are
getting
good,
woke
man.
Teachers fired.
Getting woke teaching. Well,
I wish they were bad. I wish they were just bad at teaching. They're not. They're just woke. Bad is not even the least of it. They're just woke and terrible.
Well, yeah. Here's the thing about it. Like, I want to say it's not their fault to a degree. It is their fault because we have free will. But what has happened is that, and it comes to markets too, like for trading, for how we handle our finances, for everything we do. Our entire view of the world has, we've kind of gone asleep at the wheel as a society, right? I'm going to relate this to the markets right now because we want to get, a little more into the content here. But look, here's the thing about it. The contrarian traders make the most money usually, right? So, absolutely. Right? This, like look, everybody, I do all the charts and stuff. V actually does. He's one of the best like macro callers I've ever seen. When I want to know what's probably going to happen in like the next year or two, I've been following V since 2016. This is going on 7-8 years now. Nobody calls macros better. That's it. So when it comes to yeah, dude.
I always say you're the most technically buttoned down trader I've encountered, and that is a fact, man.
Man, that's all the love. Feeling the love right now, right?
Love that.
I appreciate that.
Love that.
Yeah, no, for real. So, but as far as that goes, we in this room, whether you're doing a macro, whether you understand geopolitics like my man the gorilla here, or whether you're like me watching the charts, contrarian trading is key. And the reason that is because Jay Martin says he's been following V back in the Steve Quayle days.
I miss Steve Quayle. He's a good guy. Just every Tuesday, it's like the world's ending and the portals of hell are opening up. But apart from that, it's
so he's jet before jet.
He was jet before jet. No shame. I mean, Steve was he's a great guy. He just it was interesting because there was a falling out, not on my end. He decided to. The whole story is this. I told him, look, there was an individual that he was pissed off at, and I told him not to go after the individual. Leave it alone. It's going to blow up in your face. It's going to just bring a lot of negative press to you and Hagman. And Steve, he gets pissed off. He's got a temper on him, so he goes. That's it. This is he's on this what he feels is the righteous comeback to this person who's been slandering him and lambasting us. Like, dude, if you give a peon a platform, that's what he wants, right? I mean, the guy that was slandering him had like 3 people go to his website, right? And so Quayle goes after him now. Instead of 3 people visiting his website, he's got 30,000 people looking at his website now. You see what I'm saying? So I said ignore him. And the guy also did a hit piece on me, which you've seen, right? You've seen that?
Oh, is that piece? Thing? That whole you used to be like a burger flipper and a stripper and yeah. And even though you were giving him money for rent, he said they were giving you money for rent, like that kind of thing.
Exactly.
And you're not a Christian and all these. Yeah.
Exactly. So when I have the receipts for all that, the guy is he went mentally insane. Eventually, he was in a dark place mentally and decided to put together a website. I said, dude, just leave it alone. This guy's in a dark place mentally. He's probably having a mental breakdown because his wife is dying of cancer. He's on the verge of losing his home. I was helping him pay his bills, his utility bills, I covered his rent payments several times, so he was not in the rears, but he was losing it all. And the guy was like falling apart. He got fired from his job and whatnot. And so I said, just leave it alone. And sometimes you just got to step back and not react, It's just chill out. And unfortunately, Quayle went after him. He struck back. It became a whole big thing, and all of Quayle's enemies started rallying around this individual, right? And somehow Quayle's like, "Why did you tell me his real name?" I said, "I don't want to tell you the guy's real name because I wanted you to leave him alone." And Hagman understood it. Doug is. I talk to Doug here and there whenever I get a chance. Doug's a sweetheart, great guy. That's another guy who's been through a lot. And Doug's like, "Yeah, you're right, B. It's just, you know how Steve gets. He gets, he feels like if he's, up against the wall, and he feels the right thing to do is put these people in their place." I'm like, "Yeah, Doug. Sometimes you just gotta let these peons be, man. Just let it go, And but since then, it's like, it's been a very, very long time since I connected with Steve. I'd love to, talk to Steve. It's been a very long time, but
time heals.
Steve is very hyperbolic, man. He's very hyperbolic.
One more thing about the gorilla that I've seen personally is he's a generous individual. So, I actually have trusted V with a $5 million deal on a handshake where one of my people sent him $5 million to do a deal, and there was no contract or nothing. And on top of that, V has been extremely generous when it comes to helping his friends out. So I've seen it. It's good people.
Man.
Yeah,
because I believe in that universal law, dude. It's like I have friends of mine that, "Yo, man, I'm in a hard spot. I need money," right? And like one of my boys, he was in trouble. He lost his job. He's like, "Yo," he's like, "Look, I'm in a hard spot." And I was like, "All right, how much you need, bro?" He's like, I just need $5K to hold me. Right, to hold me until like for the next 2 months. I was like, "Dude, I just gave it to him, right? Never asked for it back." And he's like, "Hey, man, look, it's taking me some time to pay you back." I said, "Dude, don't worry about paying me back. In fact, you're still in New York. Keep the $5K. When you get back on your feet, come visit me because I want you and your wife and your kids to get out of New York, and I want you to at least come visit me. I'll show you what this place is all about. Maybe you consider moving here." And stuff like that. Because money comes and goes. Money is not real, man. It's like, and I believe the universal law. It's like whatever you put out, whatever you give, it comes back to you. You know what I'm saying? It's like, and dude, because I'll give you a perfect example. Like I was able to, like I literally went, like, people ask for help, and I literally like closed my eyes and I said, "All right, God, what should I give this person?" And whatever the number that pops in my heart and my head, that's what I give it to them. Like when we're doing the whole Strat Life thing. We had we had some donations come in, right? I'm like, all right, I don't need the money. What do I do with the donation? And I just felt in my heart, give it to the Underground Railroad, the whole child trafficking thing that Tim Ballard runs, right? Give the whole thing right over them, So it's just like, stuff like that. Because when you do that, then the big things happen to you. Because as soon as I started doing that, my life started changing, man. I did that whole entire thing where, instead of holding on to something, I gave it away. And then the next week I closed a deal and my commission payout was $200,000. Stuff like that. It's like, that's how it happens. It's like, everything I have in my life, it's like, I thank God for it, dude. It's not because I'm the smartest guy, I'm the hardest worker, I'm this and that. It's just like, there's these universal laws that are in place. And I think a wise man once told me, you can apply this to trade, you can apply this to life, right?
Mm-hmm.
You can never break God's laws, you can only confirm them. Meaning what goes around comes around, right? You can never break God's laws, you can only confirm them. What goes around comes around. And it's like, you become an open channel to give and to bless others, to help others, dude, it comes back to you. You'll never have to worry about money because money's not real. It's not real. And that's why it's like, it's like, stuff like, I want people that they're an Algo Factory, that they're making so much money on their trades that they're able to give a good portion of that money to good causes that help, fund movements and ideas and entertainment and all these things that are conducive to our worldview, because we need to win the culture war. I mean, that's just my 2 cents.
No, it's good. I mean, here's the thing about it. And again, back to the contrarian point there. It's contrary to logic to think that if you give your money away, that you're going to get money. It's contrary to logic. It doesn't make sense if you don't have any kind of, and I'm not, look, I'm not going to segregate between people who are Christian and Muslim. And, I'm going to just go ahead and call it spiritual. My values are, let's just say Judeo-Christian. That's my value set. I was raised Catholic. I was married in an Orthodox church, Eastern Orthodox. But the point here is that I'm sure it's all through the Bible. I'm guaranteed, and probably in the Quran and probably in the Torah and all the Talmud and all that. But what I think it's like a ×7 a lot of the time. Like whatever you give, you'll get back ×7. That's I don't, I'm sure that's just more of a parable rather than a literal like multiplier. So I do find though that if my attitude is better, if I'm more generous in life, then my trading goes better. And I find that I'm just a happier person if I'm actually contributing, making people's lives better. I started Algo Factory for free. I created a Discord, and it was of course not as technically sound as this. I didn't have the website. I didn't have all these videos that I made. I just used other people's videos, and I was there to help people. And I thought, hey man, come on in, I'll just teach you guys. And I wanted to build a community that is a community of traders, people who I could, team up with, rely on, things like that. But it just turns out that we needed to charge people because people didn't attach value to it. But then, of course, once we charge people, we can take that money to build out. We can purchase things like this Restream and purchase the website and, do all the things that we're able to do to make it better. So, the price we're charging at $50 a month, it's not going to be here forever. We need to charge more money to make this work right. But for now, we're still doing this as a, kind of a helping hand. Yep. But as far as back to the trading, of course, and those of you who are like new to Algo Factory, we appreciate you kind of, sitting through this. Sometimes it is nice to kind of just sit and chat about life in general. As traders, we do need to make sure we take a break. And I'm going to tell you that right now. Because, V, you see me on what do you call it? Telegram, you see me, dude, I'm sending you messages at all hours. I mean, how many hours a day you think I work?
Literally,
16?
If there's minimum 16 to 18 hours a day, this guy's an animal. 16 to 18 hours is what I've seen you. I think 18 hours was like the most I've seen you. One time I saw you 24 hours. You didn't go to sleep. I'm like, dude, go to bed.
Yeah. No, it's that, and I don't use. I'll use caffeine. That's about it. I don't use drugs for that. I know some of my trading brethren, messed up that word. Will use like Adderall and things like that, and I really
that will jack up your system.
Bad. Sure. Yeah, I don't give investment advice, but I'm going to tell you right now: don't do like illicit drugs and trade. And Adderall, if you don't have a prescription for it, is an illicit drug. Because you don't legally have it. So don't do that. Don't do it. And any of those kind of drugs, especially if your doctor is like, like telling you not, what I mean to say is, if a doctor's not telling you to take something, definitely don't take it. Like, if it doesn't come from the earth, that's probably going to mess you up, and your system's messed up. Your trading is not going to go well because there's a certain mental fortitude that is required in trading. Yeah, you really got to keep. You know what I'm talking about, right?
Yeah, absolutely. And this is why the whole thing about the Wall Street trader on cocaine, that's bullshit. That's Hollywood. That's not reality, man. You go to Wall Street. Like I remember going to JPM's headquarters and walking by their trading floor. This is right before COVID hit. And dude, these guys nobody's on drugs because they have to be like you're on billions of dollars. Yeah, you got to be on point. You're trading billions of dollars a second. And you're going to be on drugs? Are you kidding me?
No
way.
No.
Yeah, you'll be fired in 2.2 seconds.
They'll see you. You won't even make it to the desk.
Exactly. You won't even make it. So the whole thing about these guys coming to work, they're all coked out. That's all bullshit. That's Hollywood, man. That's not reality. No, they're buttoned down. They're serious guys. They're like cowboys. They're buttoned down and they're serious. And they'll tell you and they have a personality profile. They will tell you straight whether you like it or not.
Mm-hmm.
Don't really care. They're not there for your feelings. They're there to get results.
That's right. The markets don't care about your feelings. That's for sure. That's I understand that. That's how I roll. I will be a little gentle to people sometimes. Other times, maybe I need to be more gentle. But let me tell you, we had a really good class yesterday. And V, I know you had to go early. But I would really okay. So you can't see this unless you're in the Algo Factory group. But one of my guys here, Cool Cat, we were talking about earlier, who's in the chat, or at least he was. Cool Cat brought out his algo yesterday, and it's a good algo. I've actually used that algo. It's an algo that the indicator itself was built by somebody else, but then Cool Cat is kind of doing his own thing with it, and I was able to, I think, probably double his hit rate just by adding some some things that, you know, I can rely on my experience to add. And so one of the best things we do in there is, look, you come into Algo Factory, go through the classes, get an idea of how to build a trading plan, right? I say algorithm, all it is a trading plan, and you don't have to code anything. That comes later. So once you have a trading plan, you test that trading plan. You go back through time, you test it on the charts, we show you how to do it. And as you're doing that, you're going to develop some information. You're going to develop what your hit rate is, which is how often you're successful. You're going to develop your risk to reward ratio on average, which is basically like a 2-to-1 risk reward means that if you're risking $100, you're making $200 when you win. Okay. But the average is going to be something, you know, depending on your style, you know, your average is going to be whatever, 1.6 to 1. So every time you, you know, there's an expectancy thing where basically every time you click the button, you're going to risk $100 and you're going to make an average of 160, you know. So even like factor in your losses, factor in your wins, factor in everything, we develop a number where every time you click the button, you make X amount of dollars. And that is the mentality to have. And so, you know, from a contrarian standpoint, which is kind of where this all started, you know, trading, like it's an exciting thing for people who are new to it, right? It's like gambling. It's like going to Vegas. You make money for sitting there, right? But then it becomes extremely difficult because you're actually, money's on the line and you lose money. And all of a sudden you make a trade and that, you know, if you're brand new, you don't have a lot of money, that $50 is gone. And you're like, dude, $50 is a lot of money, man. And it's gone. It's like I don't know, a fifth of my car payment or whatever. And so, you know, the emotions kick in, right? So what we do at Algo Factory is we try to take the opposite view to most people who are, how do I say this? Most people who want to trade because it's fun. If it's fun for you, you're doing it wrong. And that is a contrarian mentality for trading. You know, this idea of I hit this, oh yeah, I want to trade, and like all these guys in the room and the bell dings and they, like that's television, man. You know, trading's different. You have a plan, you set it up. If you manually trade, you click the button, it either wins or it doesn't. And then you just rinse and repeat. And once you have that down to a system, you can go ahead and just like go about your day. You know, you set up a trade, go to work, either it wins or it doesn't, you know. If you're a day trader, it's the same kind of thing like me. That's, you know, somebody who's in and out in like an hour or 15 minutes or 3 hours, whatever it is. Last night I set up 2 trades and I scalped the what was it? The dollar yen. I scalped that. I didn't even scalp it. I just did a retracement. And I knocked that out of the park at a 1.6, I think, 1.6 risk to reward. So I put in, you know, let's pretend I put in $1,000 and made $1,600. And then I did another scalp at a 1 on I think it was the euro dollar, or it might have been the Swissy. In fact, it was the Swissy. So either way, it's a great way to go. But the whole idea is to just to stay calm in all aspects of life. Like cooler heads prevail. And when you're generous, when you do have, you know, that extra time or the extra money or something, and somebody's in need, like you know, if you take the chance to help them, it's going to be good for your soul. And I believe that it comes back to you. And that's a very contrarian thing. People are like, oh, well, if you just spend all your time helping people, then, you know, you're going to lose all your money. You're giving it away. Like, well, no, if you work to bring in money, and you go ahead and put it out to the universe that you want to help people, in my own experience, it's come back. So that's all I've got for this morning. So I think it's a good spiritual, good kind of psychology talk today on the free live one. So we didn't look at any charts. So I guess maybe whatever clip I put on YouTube today will probably be from the private session. We'll find some kind of technical aspect for y'all to look at. But for now, I'm going to send it over to the gorilla to give us that gorilla send off.
Absolutely. Listen, guys, look, join us today right there in the live lab, private room. Come join us, learn, empower yourself, become proficient in a skill that if you dedicate yourself, give us 6 months, put your nose to the grinder, and if you learn it, I promise you that you can work anywhere in the world, in any market, and be proficient and earn an income. It's a powerful, powerful tool. Join us. We're the only ones on the world that do what we do. So algofactory.tech. With that being said, Cowboy, take it away.